Hello everyone, today I'm going to be taking a look at a bag from Victrix for their Late Roman Slingers and Archers. Okay, so the Late Roman Archers and Slingers bag from Victrix lets you make 36 plastic 28mm models. On the back we have our list of instructions, and alongside that there's also now the little A5. Couple of things to note. First off, as you can see here, slingers are 2 bodies, archers are 4, although this gentleman can also have an unstrung bow. So really, you're only going to be making 2 per sprue as far as the slingers go based on this. Other thing to note, which I hadn't at the time, well, it says where the arrow quivers go, which is fine because I knew that. However, the slingers ammo hip, there are 2 different ones. One is designed to hang on the left side and one on the right side of the slinger. So where are we? Up there, P1. Which you don't see on this. So even though this is a nice handy new guide that they've started doing, you should still run over this. Although those don't really matter to me, and that'll become apparent in a little while. So sprue wise, I pop one in. You get 6 of these, 6 bodies on each. There's your 36 men. We'll start at the top, work our way down. So we have a range of heads, both uncovered, helmeted and fezzed, or felt capped, depending on how you're feeling. Everything's lettered and numbered, so you should be able to track them down. We have a good range of bow types, loaded, unloaded and firing, with a variety of additional hand poses, whether it's holding extra arrows or the like. We have 2 different types of sling. So you have the standard sling and also a staff sling. More of those below. And then at the very bottom, flip this round, we have a couple of axes, your remaining quivers, and some small shields, textured wood on one side and flat on the other for painting or transfers. The bodies are 1 piece, torso and legs, with one of them, this gentleman here, having half an arm attached, which limits his options to the set half hands and stuff like this. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. All right, so here's our first archer. Now, I have put together a set of 6 archers. Even though it's listed as, 4, 5 with this fellow. I then snuck this one in under cover of darkness just by picking a pair of arms. They went together fairly well. There's a slight gap at the back of the wrist, but with polystyrene cement you don't really notice that. So very quick to assemble, obviously, because you're just really dealing with heads and arms. Nice level of detail on them. No particularly egregious sprue gates. I've only popped 1 shield on. Shield could either be worn on the hip or could be attached to the arm like the horse archers do. Sort of midway around the elbow type of direction. But overall, very easy to put together to get your backline of Sagittarii on the go for your late Romans. Height-wise, I picked this guy being the most upright. You can see he is almost exactly 28mm to eye level. He might be standing a little bit proud compared to others. Now, slingers. This is where the fun begins. I have 3 staff slingers, and I've also made 3 with a regular sling. So only 2 of these body types are actually set for the slings, which is this fellow and B5U, I think. And then the rest I've had to use, well, I haven't had to use, I've used the arms from the others. So staff slings are fairly easy. This one has 2 separate hands attached to the staff sling and then 2 arms that end in the wrists. So it was the most fiddly to put together. So don't use a quick dry thin polystyrene. Use something like a gel with a bit more drying time, because you're going to have to position it, which may take you a little while. But as to the others, they fit together fairly well. So this is a one-piece staff sling with both arms attached. So it was just a case of gluing one arm in place. Once it was set, then there was a slight gap, just pushing the other arm into place and holding it until the glue had taken. Again, you'll see there's a slight gap under the armpit there, which could be filled in, or I suspect once that's primed you won't see that anyway. As to our other slingers, again, solid pair of arms and sling, sort of one piece. And again, slight gap, because these aren't designed for this body. It's designed for the thin upright body. But it goes on without a major issue, as does any of the pairs of separate hands. So the just the sling being spun up or being ready to be thrown, very easy to put onto any of the bodies. This one, this is actually that figure that has half an arm attached. I just snipped it off, straight off, very, very clumsily. Didn't take any particular time to clean it up, just chopped it off and stuck an arm on, and it works as well as any of the others. So even though it looks like you can only get 12 slingers from first blush from this little pamphlet, you'd have 12 slingers and they'd all have the same body type. You can actually do a full 6 per sprue, so you can still get your 12, but you'll have a lot more individuality in the builds if you're willing to take a bit of time and do a bit of building, cutting and playing around with them. Like I say, because these are supposed to go on either hip, but they're designed for specific 2 bodies, it didn't matter to me that they were going on to the wrong hip, because they didn't really fit anyway. That's your only major issue, and that could be fixed via the medium of a file and just filing down the back a bit more. But then you have it, the slingers and archers for the late Romans from Victrix. So there we go. Whether it's the fall of Rome or the rise of Byzantium, these will get a look in a lot of lists, I imagine, from Britain all the way down to the Med. Yes, it looks like it's designed to do 12 slingers and 24 archers, which is kind of how Victrix do a lot of the slingers and archers sort of bags, because the ratio is about right. However, if you don't need all those archers, if you're playing a game like Saga, where you're maybe playing with Britons or late Roman list. So your warriors are going to be archers. You maybe only need 8 in a unit. So doing the full 24 might be okay or might be too much for you, depending. Being able to sub in additional slingers for a couple of minutes work is really neat. And if you're playing larger games, then just having the diversity of body types by mixing and matching is good as well. So don't be too concerned about the list going, these arms go with this body. There's enough flexibility in that sprue set to allow you to build out and beyond that quite easily without really having to do any work at all. So yeah, let me know what you think below. Until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.